Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's spookiest podcast. Welcome, everybody. I'm Nicholas. I'm joined by, well, I didn't take time to come up with a zinger, so I'm joined by Jeremy. And I'm joined by Justin.
Hey, guys.
So today's topic is not as difficult as last week's topic, but it was
difficult for some of us.
It was a little interesting, but today we are talking about Satan, Lucifer, Old Scratch, Beelzebub, Diablo, Mephistopheles. That's a hard one. I shouldn't have included it.
No.
Damien, the Prince of Darkness. So, of course, this week we are talking about
Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, maybe. So, the devil. The devil is the personification of evil, the objectification of a hostile and destructive force. Every culture, tradition, and religion has some sort of devil. We could get really academic and break down a lot of the major religions and philosophies' devils. But essentially, it's the same thing across the board. Everybody just has a different name for it. Maybe a slightly different image, but we know what we're talking about here. So let's get down to brass tacks, as it is. The devil has been used in literature, music, TV, movies, basically for as long as all of those mediums has existed. The concept has been used to blame every wrong, give every reason to why evil happens. The devil being the opposite of God, they are often used against each other. The devil is the ultimate bad guy, the end-level boss at the end of the game, and as stated earlier, the personification of evil. People have used the devil made me do it as an excuse, probably even longer than the written word. So, like cults, devil is more of a concept, and it's a little harder to nail down. He can be a literal character, and we're going to give some examples of that, talk about that in a little bit, or more of a concept like he is in like the Possession movies. So nailing down the pop culture history is a bit of a difficult thing to do. So
if there's anyone that can do it,
it's not this guy. It's not this guy. Because man, it is I mean, reading through the Wikipedia page of like, it's so. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, everybody. I mean, if you say the word devil in whatever language you're speaking, everybody is going to have a pretty similar idea. The concept of the devil across the board is pretty much like there's not a one group or religion that's like devil. Yeah, he's a great guy.
There are some.
Well, none that should be taken seriously. And if we get into the Church of Satan, they don't even really believe in Satan. They believe in the concept of the self. They just like to call it Satan because they think it's funny. And Anton LaVey is more of an atheist than atheists are.
Do you feel like you're going to have to clear your search history after this month?
Nah.
Some red flags coming up there.
I mean, if they didn't show up to my house after the intense cult research, well, maybe if they look at it and they're like, wait, you just spent a whole week searching cults, and then you spent a whole week searching the devil. Maybe I should clear my search history.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's get down to it. The classic image of the devil, the red horned with the hooves, the pointy tail. Like, that's the Tim Curry from Legend, Satan from the South Park movie. Like, where does that come from? Because that's the image that I think most people like, that cartoony image, hot stuff from the Casper universe, like that image of the devil, I think is where most people like go when they hear devil or they hear Satan. That's what they kind of pop up in their head.
Yeah.
But where does it come from? Because that to me is like the pop culture devil. The horns come from Revelation 13:11 into 13:18, which also gives us the number 666. The evilest number,
The mark of the
um,
beast.
the mark of the beast. It's more of a concept because 7 in well, I want to say Christianity, but it's more than just Christianity. 7 is supposedly like the perfect number, which means 6 is the most imperfect number, and a set of 3 is complete. So, like when you do something in threes, like it's a complete set. So if you have 3 sevens, like that's the most perfect thing you can have. So what would be the most imperfect thing you could have would be a set of 3 sixes. So it's not like a literal like, you know, 666. It's more of a like it's just it would have the people reading the Bible originally would have taken that to be I guess a metaphor of like, oh, this is the most imperfect or the most opposite of good and holy. It's the most evil and incomplete.
Who would have thought that this podcast would be educational and teaching us something this week?
Well,
I was like, all right, I didn't know where that numbers came from.
I have a Bachelor of Science in Biblical Studies. I have to use it
From a
occasionally.
school that doesn't exist.
No, that school does exist. They just changed their name. I still have a degree from an accredited university. We just have a different name than from when I went there.
Oh, that's what they all say.
The hooves come from the Greek god Pan, most associated with lust, sex, fertility,
Ooh.
And that damn flute.
and that damn flute. Yeah. But he's kind of the wild flock shepherds, kind of a lot of that, but Pan is the little half goat, half man creature who's got the flute, but because of the whole lust and sexual, like, that's evil, bad, the hooves. So we've got the horns, now we've got the hooves. The pointy tail also comes from Revelation 12:3 and 4. The pitchfork comes from the Greek god Hades. That one's more of a direct, like, obvious. Satan is the lord of the underworld. Hades is the lord of the underworld. Essentially, that means he's the same guy. So Hades was hanging out with a pitchfork. So we're like, oh, we'll just take that. The red color, though, that's a little bit weird. That's a little bit more modern. And when I say modern, I don't mean like 1900s. I mean, we're still talking, the 6th century. But early morality plays often would put the actor in a red shirt, a red jacket, some sort of red. So somewhere in the 6th century, red became associated with evil. I don't know if that's because of plays or because of whatever. It's really kind of hard to nail down a lot of definitive, like, this is what happened in the 6th century. Because, the 500s, they wrote shit down, but maybe not to the level that we write stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
But the original color of the devil was blue.
Wow.
I thought maybe red from like the Earth's crust and lava and underground, but I guess I was wrong.
Maybe, who knows? I mean, it came from somewhere, because at some point people started associating red with evil and bad. And so, the devil used to be blue. So, Duke, being the Blue Devils, are onto something. But at some point, because of whatever, the devil became more associated with red. So as you can see, like slowly over time, it wasn't like last year when we did the whole Santa thing where we can easily point to like one play and Coca-Cola and say that's where our modern image of Santa comes from. There's not one thing where we can go, that's where Satan comes from. That's where the devil is. There's just a long history of like just a kind of a concept forming and becoming more of a, not necessarily. I hate calling it a concept because of my belief system, but I mean, ultimately it is.
The concept image, your artwork.
Yeah. So let's get into movies a little bit. The first appearance that I can come up with on the devil was an 1896 silent short movie called House of the Devil. So it's again, because like cults, it's not really like, because I mean, you can make the argument that the exorcism is about the devil when it's, because they don't even really, I don't necessarily, I mean, it's been so long since I've seen The Exorcist. It's hard to say if it's more of a demon or the devil, but I mean, it's definitely, demon possession, Satan possession. It's the same ballpark.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
So it's really hard to say for a fact that, hey, that is the first movie. And because there's just so many movies about the devil and Satan, like listing a bunch of them we'd be here for another hour, and I think we'd barely be scratching the surface. So I went with just listing the 3 movies that are tangentially related to the devil that have won Oscars.
Okay.
68, Rosemary's Baby, which gives us a nice tie-in for last week because it's about satanic cults. So we can take Satan and cults and put them together.
A happy union.
It is. I think it won Best Supporting Actress. I think that was Mia Farrow, but I didn't write that down. That's my mistake. So you out there in the listening world, do your own research. I can't do everything for you. 73, The Exorcist won for Best Adapted Screenplay. And then in 76, The Omen won for Best Score. The Omen also gives us where I think Damien comes from, but I'm guessing they stole that from somewhere else. I don't really like, there's not a easy way to just keep transitioning from topic to topic here.
Yeah. You're doing a swell job.
This one was I don't know if was harder than Colts, but it was definitely more difficult to figure out how to write a flowing, script for. Music, I mean, there's even more examples of music than there is movies. You go back to operas and what we call classical music, and they were using the devil then. Jazz was called the devil's music in the 1920s. And then, come the 50s, rock became the devil's music. It's hard to say for certain if Devil Went Down to Georgia, Charlie Daniels Band 79 is the most popular song with devil in the title. Because every hard rock band seems to have at least one song about the devil or with devil in the title. Hell, even there's an entire subgenre of black metal, Norwegian death metal, that is pretty much just dedicated to the devil. So, well, I mean, The Devil Went Down to Georgia is probably the most palatable devil song for the general populace.
I'd probably have to think about him. What is it? Beals by Stephen Lynch.
Well, don't get ahead of
Hey,
yourself.
come on now. That took all day coming up with this list.
So it seems that
Devil's Cabbage.
right, and that might be, now that you say that, I've always, because I've often heard of it referred to as jazz cabbage. And if they called jazz music the devil's music, I now see where
It all
maybe
makes sense.
we're bridging the gap here. We're educating the people.
Jazz
I'm learning so much today.
We're gonna have to put educational on our tags.
Yeah.
Wow.
It seems that one of the biggest influences in pop culture of the devil comes from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe.
What?
The 1808 book that he wrote, Faust. Now, there's a much longer title. Although it seems he started writing it somewhere in 1772. But the main gist of the story is that Faust sells his soul to the devil and then has to do whatever to win his soul back.
Been there.
I mean, there's countless stories of Robert Johnson, the jazz musician, selling his soul to the devil. I mean, you name it, there's a story about it. In fact, it seems that even Goethe stole the story from a 1587 book from an unknown author, and then again reimagined by Christopher Marlowe, which is really weird. In 1604, there was a guy named Christopher Marlowe. Of all,
is that weird?
It is weird because it's such a normal
Yeah, he got bullied for having a weird name.
He's the time traveler.
Maybe. So the concept of selling your soul to the devil appeared in literature in 1587, but I'm guessing that means there were many stories and urban legends and because obviously before the written word there was campfire stories. So there must have been some sort of legend, and even the word Faust, who knows? I didn't find a much where that came from, but other than for the first time showing up involved in a 1587 what they called chapbook, which to the best I could figure would be an early magazine or one of those pulp dime store novels. So a lot of them were written anonymously because the real author was it'd be like if Stephen King wrote like a cheesy romance, and whenever Stephen King writes a book, he doesn't necessarily want Stephen King attached with, so he puts it under oh crap, what is his Richard Bachman, So yeah, this is going to be a short episode because we're going to have to pad for time here. So hopefully you guys have some good ones.
Oh yeah.
So
just wait till we get to the meat of it.
Well, that's where we're at. We're at the meat of it. So there's just way too many examples to just start listing, kind of like we did with the Colts last week, or I've done with the Dracula or Frankenstein's monster. So we're just going to list our favorites and hopefully spur some fun conversations. Really pull that taffy,
All right.
So number one, what do we got here?
Who's going to start this one off?
Well, I guess I'll start because one of you have started the last two. So number one for me, Robot Devil, Futurama.
Nice.
Good choice. Yeah, he also made my list. Definitely one of my favorite characters in the Futurama series.
Right, and that's the one I expected to be on your list.
That's not the one I expected. I thought you were talking about. But which episode is it? The one where Bender dies and he starts haunting Fry? So he goes to that Amish community?
It's been
that's one of my favorite episodes involving the robot devil.
I mean, the first Robot Devil episode where Fry sells his hands to so he can play that weird flute, and then ends up like tricking the devil.
Oh yeah,
mean-
I remember that one.
Jeremy, what's your favorite Robot Devil on Futurama?
I mean, I don't know.
All
Couldn't
right.
tell ya.
Right,
Probably just the one you guys just named.
Let's stretch it here. All right, the one that I thought that was going to be on your list and my list, and even Jeremy's, is Dave Grohl
Oh yeah,
as the devil in Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, 2006.
we got
Oh,
one
yeah.
left.
That one I thought for sure was going to be on everyone's list.
I honestly, it didn't even make my honorable mentions. It probably should have. I did think about it, but
Now I remember us talking about this last week because that's one of the ones I thought would make our lists
Yeah, for
at the
all three of
time.
us.
Yeah,
I thought for sure I knew Robot Devil would be on me and Justin's. I wasn't sure if it would show up on yours because I know you like Futurama, but I don't know if you like it as much as the two of us do.
no, I didn't. Yeah, I got into it really late, so I don't have like the same like love for it.
I
But
said there's a reason I always write down like 9 or 10 things on here.
mm-mm.
In case something does get stolen, I could just move along like nothing ever happened.
Right.
So Dave Grohl was number one on your list, then, Justin.
Yes. that was
Okay.
the first one I put on there.
All right. Well, Jeremy, have you had a time to write a list yet, or
Well, let's see. I did have Dave Grohl on my list, and I wrote Satan from South Park because that's a classic. And then I wrote Satan from the Doom game. Or
Oh, you're just saying them all right now.
oh, should we not be going down the whole list? Sorry.
I mean, that's the way you want to go. That's fine.
We do it differently each time.
It's been the same throughout the last.
It has
two.
not. Listen back. I edit these goddamn things.
that is true. You do. We do kind of do it differently every time, but okay. Well, since you said your second one, I'll say my second one.
All right.
John Lovitz from Saturday Night Live. When he would do the weekend updates, he'd have the red face paint, and the little horns, and the hold the pitchfork. That was, I mean, because he would do his just like that smug, like, oh, I mean, what was John Lovitz? I mean, before he became the devil himself.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Hollywood Babylon reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, his impersonation or his character of the devil on Saturday Night Live was always really funny.
Okay. I wasn't sure which way we were going to go here. Okay, well, if you took Robo Devil, I'll move down here. I'm going to go with Bob Odenkirk. He plays the devil in the animated movie Hellenbeck,
Oh, nice.
which I don't know if you've seen that one. I highly recommend it.
I have
Oh.
not.
I saw it at your place.
Yeah, you've seen that?
Yeah.
Was that at the apartment?
Yeah, I passed out on the couch watching it at your place.
Yeah. It's an excellent movie. It's got like TJ Miller, Bob Odenkirk, John H. Benjamin. So it's like these buddies who work at I think it's like a carnival. And the one's like, oh, it's like he makes a deal about like getting a mint and he doesn't pay it. So a portal opens up and sucks him in. So then they go to rescue their buddy. And I can't remember who's all in it. Danny McBride's in it. It's got a lot of famous people doing some voice acting. And Odenkirk is the one who plays Satan in that movie.
Is it kind of a claymation movie?
Yeah, it has that look to it. It's called Hellenbeck. I don't remember when it came out.
2015?
Sounds about right.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, all the people you just mentioned here. Nick Swartzen, G.J. Miller, Mila Kunis, Bob Odenkirk, Danny McBride. Yeah, okay.
I don't know if it's streaming on anything, but I'd give it a watch.
It is not streaming anywhere, no.
All right, then I'll have to find my DVD.
Okay.
Everyone is invited to Justin's place, including the fine listeners, right?
Yeah, sure. Come on over. If you can figure out which one it is.
Hey, we know it's Elm Street.
You know what street I live on.
We know it's Elm Street. We just have to figure out which street.
All right, who's got next?
I guess we're back up to Jeremy for his third pick.
All right, let's see here. Let's see. Devil.
All right, we'll come back to you.
All right.
My third pick is Beals. My name is Satan from Stephen Lynch.
If that still counts as a pick, that was also on my list. So,
well, I mean,
I crossed it off when it was referenced earlier in the show.
Oh, well, that's why I said don't get ahead of yourself, because I had it number 3 on my list.
You know, we do whatever we want on here, Jeremy, right? Because you said it anyways.
That's all right. I'll find some other devils. There's a whole ton of devils out there.
Like, I know, I mean, I'm kind of surprised that nobody, well, maybe we did it on our honorable mentions, but Tim Curry, which I made the reference to earlier, because, like, when you think of, like, cinematic devils, like, Tim Curry from Legend is, like, the ultimate, like, cinematic, you know, with the costume and the giant black horns and the red, like, but I've never actually seen it. I just know the image.
Same.
Which is why I didn't include him on my list, because, you know,
and then I guess Jeremy, you got one? You want me to go?
Keep going.
All right. Then the other one I put was Peter Stormare from Constantine. Granted, he's not in it long, but it is a pretty good interaction with him coming up to claim Constantine's soul. And
I mean,
I have to stick with making a DC reference in every one of these Halloween podcasts.
I mean, if you're gonna put Dave Grohl at number 1, I think you can put, you know, Peter Stormare at number 3, because Dave Grohl is not in that one very long either. So,
but it's so iconic. I've got a lot of honorable mentions once we get through them.
Yeah.
For me, and then what? It's Jeremy's up.
Jeremy's up for his third pick.
All right, I guess I'll say like a couple of the people that I used to work with at Walmart.
Hey.
All right. I think I know who you're talking about without naming names.
Let me just do this quick.
Okay.
Hold on. It's fine. Okay. It's fine. It might be for you there, buddy.
What?
I said that one's for you there, buddy.
Are you guys? What do you
mean?
I tried sending him something.
Oh, let me check. Oh, wow. That's I can use that to make things more interesting. Well, I actually have another thing on my list tonight. I've just noticed it. Devil Flanders from The Simpsons.
From the Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah.
When Homer sells his soul for a donut.
That's right, Justin.
That's an excellent choice there, Jeremy.
Would that be from the Treehouse of Horror 4?
I sure hope so.
It could be.
It's entirely possible that Ned Flanders as the devil is on my honorable mention list.
Wow. What do you know? Red Devil Paint. That's also on my list because it has devil in it.
It does.
The Jersey Devils, because I like puck nuts.
As a Washington Capital fan, I cannot root for the New Jersey Devils. We're in the same division.
Or the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
They're no longer the Devil Rays, though. They are now just the Rays.
Yeah, but they were better because it scared old people.
Really?
I don't know.
Did some sea sucker come out of the woodwork and just try to shut that name down?
No, I think it was honestly,
no longer educational.
I do believe it was solely a Jersey thing. It was easier just to put Rays on there than continue to put Devil Rays.
Okay.
Plus, so they were lazy.
Everybody just said they were like, oh, I'm a Rays fan. Let's go to the Rays game. Most people very rarely ever said Devil Rays anyway.
Bunch of slackers.
So the team just finally was like, all right, we'll drop it. It's easier. It's
All
All
right.
right.
Do you want to go through some of your honorable mentions then, Nicholas?
sure. I got Liz Hurley from Bedazzled.
Oh,
Okay, I have Elizabeth Hurley on mine as well.
spicy.
I rewatched that movie yesterday, and
It is still not a good movie.
it's cheesy. I forgot how cheesy it was. It's fun, but I mean, there's a reason why Liz Hurley is on the list, and I'm honestly like, she was almost in the top three. In fact, at one point when I was writing the list, she was number one. But as I was doing research, she just kept moving down. And then I rewatched the movie, and I was like, honorable mention, but good lord, just him from the Powerpuff Girls,
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
and you already got my Ned Flanders, so that's my honorable mention list.
All right.
All right. Down on my list, let's see. You got Devil Flanders. I put Willem Dafoe from the Mercedes-Benz Super Bowl commercial. When the guy was looking at the Mercedes and Willem Dafoe pops up and he wants to make a deal with him.
Okay.
Car and everything that goes with it.
Yeah.
Plus a Wisconsin native. I went with Mark Pellegrino from Supernatural. He plays Lucifer on the TV series.
Okay.
I was going to go with the guy who played Crowley, but then I'm like, okay, they have Crowley and Lucifer, so I'll just go with the one who's the actual devil. You mentioned Elizabeth Hurley. Haiti from the God of War game. Danny DeVito. He's got that new show, Little Demons, where he is Satan, and he has a daughter with
Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza's character.
Have either of you watched that show yet?
I've watched a couple episodes here.
I'm caught up on it. It's
bizarre,
fun. It's
but
bizarre
good.
but funny.
Yeah.
And like I was really caught off guard in the first episode with the full frontal nudity and the sheer amount of cussing. Because I thought it was a network show. I guess it's on FX or FXX. So I was really shocked when the Aubrey Plaza character strips completely naked.
my God.
Sacrifices a chicken.
It is animated. So don't get your hopes up.
All right.
And I'd say, and then the last one I have on the list is my dog Lucifer.
Aww. That's beautiful. Let's see.
Devil's Food Cakes.
Dishonorable mentions, my inner demons. Yeah. Those old school Halloween decorations that make the devil look really cool. Like they have like the pop out, like they had that like plasticky look to them. You know what I'm talking about? It's like that really old school looking devil. Very specific looking devil. Like 70s.
I was picturing like the masks from Three Ninjas.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that style.
All right.
I don't know.
I think that's all right.
So yeah, I mean well, I wrote it down and then I just didn't put it in order here, but Marvel has Lucifer, Mephisto, and Azazel, among many others. A lot of them all claiming to be the devil, but none of them are truly the devil. Like Mephisto claimed he was, and everybody thought he was, but he ended up just being like an alien from another dimension or something like that.
Ooh.
Well, how do we know that that's not what the devil is?
Well, it could be Dormammu, or what was the one, Surtur from Thor Ragnarok. But I mean, Surtur is kind of the devil of the Norse religion. As you said, DC has their version. They got Lucifer, Samael, Morningstar, which I think is the one that Peter Stormare played. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm not sure. There's the one from whichever one's in the Constantine stuff.
What's up with Morningstar?
I don't know. I kept coming across Morningstar as I think it's a reference to Satan being like if you go straight Bible, Satan, the devil, whatever you want to call him, is supposedly like the head, like he was one of the head angels, and he didn't want to do whatever God told him to, so he was cast out of heaven.
For having his own opinion.
Well, angels are not supposed to have their own opinions. They're just kind of, they were not, that's not why they were created. Humanity, man, was given free will. So I mean, it's I don't know, it gets convoluted and complicated. And if you really want to get into a hermetic discussion about where angels and demons and all of that, we can do that. But I think we might bore the audience or really kind of stretch the attention span.
Fair.
But yeah, no, I definitely think the Morning Star thing it's definitely probably from, I would say, from the Christian side of things, where he's the head fallen angel. That's why, like, all the other demons are supposedly fallen angels as well, but he was the supposedly like one of the more favored or the most favored of all of them. And so for him to like kind of lead a betrayal against God was the ultimate, like, you were my number one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe he was called Morning Star before he fell, or he fell like a morning star. I don't know. You would have thought I would have done research into that, but fuck, I didn't.
Oh, you watched Bedazzled.
I did. I watched Bedazzled instead. But that was at the height of like Brendan Fraser's powers too. Like, I mean, I know he's kind of having a resurgence right now, but that was right during The Mummy and some of the other stuff he was doing.
And others. Encino Man.
Nah, that was a little after Encino Man, but yeah, definitely
Scrubs.
Coming off.
I'm just it was he's in.
Monkey Bone.
That was Chris Kattan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of those movies I'm pretty sure Brendan Fraser wants to forget, but
Probably.
George of the Jungle, I mean, we could do, I could say, I could keep saying Brendan Fraser enough until you're like, let's do a Brendan Fraser bracket.
Yeah, let's build one right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could either have one of the shortest episodes we've ever done, or we could pad this out a little bit. And anybody else have anything about the devil they want to talk about?
Hold on, guys.
What do we got here?
I've got the cauldron of conversation.
The cauldron of conversation.
I thought maybe you were going to go for the wheel of riffing, but
no, I'm a big fan of the cauldron of conversation. I liked it when it made its appearances.
It is interesting. All right, what do we got?
All right. Are you a wisecracking Freddy type, a no-nonsense Jason type, or somewhere in between?
Oh, that's an easy one. I'm a wisecracking Freddy type. I always make those one-liners and jokes. It's just how I deal with the reality of life being what it is. Hence, my dog as the devil, and in my honorable mentions.
I mean, I would like to think I'm probably the wisecracking type, but I don't. I'm probably more the Jason type. The strong, silent, big, imposing figure hanging out in the background.
All right, right on.
Just ready to snap and kill at any. I mean, I didn't say that out loud just now.
All right, moving on.
Where do you rank in there, Jeremy?
Somewhere in between. It just depends on the mood, I think. Some days I can be more of the wisecracking Freddy, but some mornings you wake up and you just don't have it. And you're more of a no nonsense Jason type.
I mean, I would say if I had to guess for the two of you, I would have put both of you in at the wisecracking Freddy type.
Yeah. I guess probably more often for sure. All right. Is there anything other than candy acceptable for trick or treat?
Oh man.
Toys, little plastic
yeah.
toys.
Yeah, I did pick up some from the Dollar Tree or $1.25 Tree, whatever it is, because we always put some little toys or stamps or something in there for kids who don't like the candy. I know there was one year, I don't remember, it's long time ago, because different towns have different trick or treats on different days and different times. Me and a buddy of mine, we went to 6 or 7 towns one weekend, like a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Because I know we hit up like East Troy, Burlington, Wales, Sussex, Elkhorn, Delavan. Like, so at one point when we did our trick or treat, and they were like, "Oh, what do you want for this candy?" That we were like, "Hey, we're so sick of candy. Do you have any cheese?"
Mm.
And they went in their kitchen and they brought us both a piece of Kraft American single wrapped cheese,
Nice.
which I don't think you can get away with that today.
No,
Probably not.
your mom would throw that away in a heartbeat.
Oh no, we just ate it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
mean,
know one house I had gave me a can of tuna.
A can of tuna?
I got a can of tuna.
I mean, I'm remembering the scene from Big Daddy when Adam Sandler like breaks into the house and makes him give him like CDs.
Yeah. What else you got?
Kid's not happy. Keep it coming.
I'm thinking back to when I was a kid, and I remember getting like the little plastic like spider rings or skull rings, and always just being like, "What is this crap?" I guess I was more okay when they gave me like pennies or nickels.
Hated money.
Yeah,
I hated that little sandwich bag with like 10 cents and pennies.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was weird. I mean, I always wanted the candy rather, but I wasn't upset as much by that. I mean, I guess I know that McDonald's is always trying to push on the like the coupons to hand out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't remember getting the coupons when I was growing up. I must have.
Just buy one of those coupon books for like $1, cut it all up, and just start giving it to kids.
That's what you're supposed to do. I don't know.
It's a lot of effort.
I'm kind of lazy for that.
I think I did get them once. I kind of remember getting them. Did you see those trick or treat buckets are coming back this year?
I did see that.
I think that's the 18th.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah.
I thought it was the 14th, but I could be wrong.
Even earlier, that'd be awesome.
Oh.
I don't know.
To the old Google machine.
Yeah. No, I outside of candy, just because we eventually got tired. Like I said, we started asking for other things. Mm-hmm. The one guy gave me tuna because he just moved in and didn't know it was trick or treating. Huh. So he's just like, "Let me see what I have in the house," and he gave me a can of tuna.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had tuna on toast for dinner that day.
Okay, yeah, it says October 18th. The buckets are coming back.
All right.
So the person with a small human in his house kind of knows that one.
Are you gonna collect them all?
Gonna try to.
I don't know.
Are you gonna get any? Oh, go for it. Sorry.
I might get one if just because I know Jess said she wanted one. So.
Are you gonna get any of the Cactus Flea Market adult Happy Meals?
Last time the one by us was sold out.
Really?
Yeah. I thought about getting one just to see what it's like, what it's about.
It's a weird collaboration.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of it before. So when it showed up, I was like, what is this?
I just know one of them is McNuggets, and I really like McNuggets.
All right. Well, now that we've given Jeremy a little bit of extra editing to do.
And now he knows our take on non-candy related items.
Right.
I think most of us are all in the same group that we don't want money, except for Nicholas.
Yeah.
I'm more okay with it. I'm more okay with it than like a toothbrush or a tube of toothpaste.
I mean, as an adult now, yeah, give me some money. Throw some cash my way.
some sort of tract,
Yeah. Yeah.
or Kraft American Singles, or a can of tuna.
Or a note saying, "Meet me back at this address later."
My
Yeah.
van has puppies in it.
Right. Yeah.
Still waiting on that puppy.
Asshole hurts a lot, but still no
Yeah.
puppies.
Still can't sit straight. Where's my dog?
All right. Do we want to do one more from the cauldron of conversation, or do we want
Yeah.
to?
Let's
Okay.
keep it going. Oh shit! It's the wheel of hell. We're not gonna do that.
No.
I mean, it would be useless because there's like points and stuff on there.
They're familiar with how the game works from the first episode of the Halloween.
Hootenanny.
Yeah, spectacular.
Let's try to get one we didn't use yet. All right. Quick pitch. Pitch a movie about a possessed killer object.
Oh boy, this stuff we're no good at. It looks like we're out of time.
I'll queue up another one in case it starts going down in flames. Wheel of Hell. It really wants you to spin the wheel of hell.
A possessed killer object, you say?
Yeah.
My first thought went to make a movie of one of the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors when Homer gets the hair transplant from Snake.
Okay. Yeah.
Make that into an actual movie. Because, in today's Hollywood, you just remake things and steal things from other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going that route.
I like it. All right.
All right. I'm going. Oh man, let me think here. A video game controller
Okay.
is come to life and is starting to when you go to sit down to play your video games, it basically eats you.
All right.
When you lose your temper and throw the controller, it comes back for revenge. We're doomed.
Oh yeah.
And it's slowly through the internet starts to infect all other video game controllers.
Yeah, mine would not be really happy. Yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely I could see something like that from like that what's that studio that makes Transmorphers?
Oh,
Asylum.
Asylum, yeah.
Asylum or Trauma.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
I don't have any good ideas for possessed objects. It's a tough thing to do. Like someone tried it with a tire and it was horrible.
Oh, gee.
You could do it with like a microphone or something from a recording studio.
Yeah.
A podcaster gets killed while recording, and his microphone is seeking revenge. I don't know. I got nothing.
We'll go back to the drawing board on that one.
All right.
One more. Rank these three things in order of scary from least to most. Spiders, clowns, and heights.
Who's going first here? I feel like those are all targeting you there, Jeremy.
They kind of are.
from least to most?
Yeah.
Oh man. Clowns, spiders, heights.
Really? Okay.
Spiders, clowns, heights.
Wow. I'm learning a lot about you guys.
I don't have any problems with heights.
I don't either. I've spent a lot of time hanging off of roast doing stuff, but I would say that the concept of height is way scarier to me than a spider or a clown is.
Wait, so least to most.
Least to most, yeah.
Oh, then heights, clowns, spiders.
Okay.
I was gonna say heights though, but I like a spider. Like you don't know that's there. It could be any of those poisonous ones.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Clowns don't really bug me, and I don't have any problems with heights.
Okay.
Like even going to like Devil's Lakes, climbing up on on all the rocks, looking over, the jumping from them, the view. I never had anywhere about that.
Sure. Well,
Parasailing. I would go skydiving and bungee jumping. I think that'd be fun.
you would skydive?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would.
That would terrify the shit out of me.
Would you parasail?
I might do that. Yeah. Yeah.
If I can lose enough weight, I've made a deal with myself that I can go skydiving.
Really? Nice.
Hot air balloon?
Hot air
I would
balloon?
love to. I'd love to do it. I just have never had an opportunity.
Hot air balloon?
Yeah.
That's scary, man.
All right. So what's your list then? Which one are you from least to most?
I'm gonna say clowns, heights, spiders. Because
Okay.
I mean, clowns, whatever. Nothing that scary about a clown. Heights, though, I thought about it. And I wasn't that scared at first, but then I thought about airplanes and roofs. Every once in a while, I have dreams when I'm falling, and it freaks me out. You wake up and get that sensation.
You don't even like going on your own roof?
Well, I mean, not that I've ever.
Like
I've
if
been
you
up
had to
there
go
a lot.
if you had to go up there for like cleaning the gutters or
Oh no, that's not horrible. I mean, I'll go. Like I have to do stuff up on the top of the roof at work, and that doesn't bug me. But like hospitals and shit,
for me,
like
like
office buildings.
I'd say for me it's elevators. I don't like elevators.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't like small spaces like that. I'll just take the stairs.
Yeah, and then spiders because they're just ultimately number one badass creepiness.
What if there was a spider holding a chainsaw?
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that. It was in his room. Oh.
Well,
all right.
Or snakes. I don't like snakes either.
yeah.
I don't know what it is about them.
Well, thankfully for you, we live in Wisconsin where there are very few snakes.
There's still some pretty deadly spiders, though.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just to kind of give it away a little bit, our last themed episode of the month will be werewolves.
Oh.
So we'll go from there, and then I guess we'll get back to normal.
Well, we don't really know what the last episode is going to be. It might be another themed one if we have to pull the emergency.
Yeah, that is true. We might have to pull an emergency ripcord.
And you can't really call us doing anything normal.
Well, I mean, as normal as we'll ever be. Like, you know, we have like 2 months worth of pop culture news to try to catch up on. So
nah, it doesn't count anymore.
Oh, all right.
I watched Hocus Pocus 2, by the way.
Have you watched that, Nicholas?
I haven't seen it yet.
Maybe get that watched. We could do a little review of that.
Okay. I can probably pull that off in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
I watched The Monsters.
How was that?
I heard it was not good.
It wasn't terrible.
Okay.
But it wasn't. I could see what he was trying to do, and it didn't land. Like,
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't know. I appreciated it for what it was, but I thought it was going to be better. And he was trying to kind of modernize the sitcom, and I think he stuck a little bit too much to the concept. But the guys that he got to do the roles were pretty good. But is it
like a movie or a show?
It's a movie. But it's like a prequel to the show because Lily and Herman are not married yet. Like they get married in the movie, or they fall in love in the movie. So like there's no little werewolf kid, and the normal girl who they never explain isn't there.
Gotcha. All right.
But I mean, I don't know. It wasn't as bad as everybody's saying it was, but it wasn't like I wasn't like, yeah, this is great. I was kind of like I was underwhelmed, to put it mildly.
All right.
How do we end these episodes? I can't. Did we just say
I don't know.
stupid never walks alone?
You
Or?
do that.
I don't know.
I say stay spooky.
Okay, let's do that one.
Which one?
Yours.
All right. Well, I got no other outro like you have. Let us know what's your favorite. What did we just talk about?
Devil.
What's your favorite devil in pop culture? Hit us up at our Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, and stay spooky, everyone.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and listen to an 80s Flick Flashback podcast once in a while, you could miss it. Do you love movies of a certain age? Do you miss the days of VHS tapes, VCRs, and the video rental stores? Does the thought of another 80s movie being remade seem inconceivable? My name is Tim Williams. I'm the creator and host of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. On each episode, I'm joined by guest co-hosts to discuss one of the many movies released in the 1980s. We share our first-time watch memories, our favorite scenes, and even learn some behind-the-scenes stories about the cast and crew along the way. New episodes are released every other Friday on your favorite podcasting platform. So make like a tree, get out of here, and go listen to an excellent episode of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. The ad is over. Go home. Go.